Hello guys. I just want to make a record on the trades I took today, and I feel like by doing this is going to help someone to understand what was in my mind before I take the trade. So this is what I'm gonna try to explain and why this one was my target. So the first thing that I did was start from yesterday. I was looking at how the market is building liquidity. That is what I was looking. So I could see this was Friday. If you guys remember, this was Friday on the NFP day. You can see when New York opened after 30 minutes. So then there was the news. Um, then this market push more to the upside with in the NFP. Then whatever happened, then we create this high. So on Monday, this was the Asian range. So this box, you can ask yourself, what happened to this box? So this box, they are Asian range. So then from here, I could see the way market was manipulating the liquidity. Then I saw market break to the upside. So market returned to come and use the 50% of the Asian range. Then from there market buy. So the target was to take out the previous weekly high. That was Friday. So we took the previous weekly high. Then check what happened from here. I could see this drop. You see, this drop happened. Markets come to the downside. The only thing that you need to keep in mind, if you want to take a trade, let's say market grab liquidity. If you want to take a trade, you need to see market give you something like this. You want to see market give you something. Let's say market buy, market drop, market buy again. Then markets run this low. Then markets return to a certain area. Either you can use a QML, or if there is any decision point, you seek for that decision point, then come to the downside. Just something like this. So this is what happening here. You see markets. So here, if we check in terms of structure, you see we have the higher low, higher higher low, higher higher low, higher low. Then from here, markets come and break this area. So when we break this area, market did return. You see markets return inside this decision candlestick we have here. Then they mitigate the area. So this area was the one that mitigates the candlestick, the one we have here. Then markets drop. So when markets drop, what do you anticipate right now? Where is market going? So this is also another thing that you need to keep in mind. We need to see where there is a liquidity. If you check here, we have this low. Market never targeted this low. Market never take out this low. This was the Monday. When we create a Monday low, was here on the Asian range. Then market never take out this low. Then what happened again? So market create another. This is Tuesday. Now we need to see how market was building liquidity again. You could see here what happened here. Market built another level of liquidity, the one that was happening here. We have the Asian range, we have the high and low. There is another video that I've already posted in my in my YouTube, where I said market is gonna do what? Market is going to seek first the liquidity on top. Why I said market is going to seek the liquidity on top? Because I could see this zone here. Do you see this zone? We have this zone. This zone is acting like a supplier level that mitigates here, then market drop to the downside. So market builds. At the same time, we have the Asian range. Then we have this liquidity level here. You see, we have this liquidity here. So we are expecting market to come and run this liquidity and sell from this zone. But the only good things that we need to do is by waiting. What is our session time telling us? So what we see here, if you check properly, London, I use London start from 2 a.m. This is London up until 5. We have 5 is here. This is our London. Then from the London side, markets could not make up until the low. But market get to this point, then start buying. So meaning that on the London, when I see market is buying on the London, just run the Asian range high. So what I'm waiting for, I'm waiting now for when the New York open, for the market again to do what? To trade to the downside. But where is the target? My target was here, because what happened here was like my main target where I'm going to focus. If I take the entry here, my main target is going to be here. Why this area? Because this was the last level where market bought. If you remember, guys, on the day of the NFP, market bought from this area. And at the same time, if you check down here, we have KILLOZNE, the one that was here, and market just get here, touch my area because there was a presence of demand on this area to push this market to the upside. It showed that there was a presence of a big banks, like big institution. They were just in this market on this presence here for them to do it, to push the price very high. And here again, what you see, market gets here and start going to the upside. But if you wanted more confirmation, let's say on this area, you want to buy with a confirmation, sorry, you want to sell with a proper confirmation, what do you need to do? You can go to M5 on that zone. So what you need to see is the same thing that I explained to you guys on the beginning. We know already this is our decision level. You see, this is our decision area. Okay, let me use M3. So we know already that is our decision area. But what do you wait for you to take an entry? You need to see where markets create another liquidity. That is the thing that you need to see. So what you're gonna see is this area. The first thing was here. We saw where market created this high, come to the downside because here we have another demand level. We have another demand level. Demand is here. See how market was respecting this area, come respect the zone, then market go to the upside. From the upside, then markets come again back, could not break this zone. Then markets hold again. So the price go to the upside. But check what happened on this zone here. Do you see here we have a break of this zone? This is a break. Do you see? So this is what happened here. We have this break on this zone. Then I took my entry. I took my entry here. When I saw this one return back, there is something called fast mitigation. Maybe I'm going to make a video about it again. So I saw this fast mitigation. I said, okay, this is where I'm going to take my entry. When it just get on this zone, I took my entry from there. But you could use these things, the one we call sometimes MPL King, whatever. Let me show you guys what you can use for you to take the entry. So what you're supposed to do here, do you see this week was being engulfed by the other week? So this one could be your perfect entry. You see, this week was being engulfed by the other weeks. So already show that here it's a level of supplier. Then market get there, touch, return again back to the same zone to touch for the second time. For people that they are rushing to put their stop loss updates at the entry because they see market drop, they come back to come and take them out. But one thing that you need to check is, when was this happening? So if you check here, this is New York open. New York open up until, let me put something like this, because I put up until 3:30 for my New York, whatever. Okay, this is my New York open, is here. Market push, return back to come and mitigate this area. You see, we buy. So the first movement, when I see what I normally look is, what is happening when New York open? So I see my first movement was for them to buy. Then they come back to build this zone to be like a demand level. They touch it for the second time, then they make it weak for them to come and break it. Now they push back to the upside to come and mitigate this area. If you check, this was almost 8. They come back almost 8 to do it, to drop from here. They drop, then 8:30, market already show me that, okay, it's gonna go. So this is the time I look. I look at 7, what is happening on 7, 8:30, what is happening on 8:30. Then from 8:30, I'm gonna take an entry. Now this is come with the targets. So where is the targets? Where is market going? And here, if you check, I'm having another sell from here. Oh la la. Sorry guys. I'm having another sell from there. I'm having another sell from here because I'm just trading some continuation, a small continuation. Then I'm going to exit when market get here. Anyway, so this is what happened. You see, then market gets market drop again all the way to the downside, straight inside my zone. You see, inside my zone where I wanted to collect my profit, and start buying again. This thing is so simple, guys. It's just that when you understand what is liquidity telling you, then you are good to go. you are good to go. You are not gonna fail. You need to keep patient. I saw all this in the morning. I make even a video, but I didn't trust the market. I didn't trust the market. Why I didn't trust the market is because I was waiting for a nice movement. And I saw this when they break this area, market return here to come and test this one. For someone who wanted to buy on the London, you could take the entry here, almost close to the London. When London is about to close, this is what happened. They come back, mitigate this area for them to buy. It was also a nice entry. But let me show you guys my entry. What is the picture? Okay, the picture is here. So let me do something like this so that YouTube doesn't say I'm doing the advertising. You see, guys, this was my entry. So sharp, guys. I hope this thing is gonna kick in, and enjoy the video, guys.